Hello Hattrick friends, it's time for episode 104 of Let's Play Hattrick in San Marino with Inter Kalvehave. We are moving into a rather important phase of the cycle simply because it's the last time we can do proper profit training during the cycle. 13 weeks of passing with just 1 week of playmaking to go before we actually initiate this phase. I want to share a few principles that I like to employ when buying profit players, and we'll take a look at that when we go over the current transfer prospects in the transfer center later in the episode. We have of course played a match in the cup, and there's a little reveal going on at the end of the episode, so you might want to stay on all the way to the end for this one as well. Let's get started by taking a look at this week's midweek match in the Coppa Titano. So we played Urbi at Orbi FC in the Coppa Titano, and it was a very tough task. In fact, looking at the ratings from minute 1, you'll see that it was virtually an impossible task. We controlled one sector, the midfield, and that's expected because Urbi at Orbi is actually an extreme counter-attacking side, giving up all the midfield rating for pretty good defense ratings and quite good attack ratings as well. 1% in each of the sectors, meaning that all of our attacks could potentially be converted into counter-attacking opportunities for Urbi at Orbi. They scored a central attack, they scored a quick event, and they scored in each of the sectors during the match. 4-0, very tough match for us and no chance. I did have an idea that this would potentially be the scenario for us, so we basically also just employed maximum training for a lot of profit players and new man Yanni Ranti playing on the wing to 1.5 stars. I don't see us having a chance even playing at full strength for this one. We'll have to play the next round in the Coppa Guata, I think that might be how you pronounce it. And we are playing a quite strong team in Joost van Dijk, so it could be that we are being knocked out of this cup as well quite fast, to be honest. In the transfer department, we are currently in the market for 2 defenders and a forward. I've been studying other threads about passing profit in the Cycle Federation, and I've actually found that forwards might not be the most profitable players to train in passing for profit, but I do want to balance performance and profit. That means having another forward for the first 11 may help us perform a little on the pitch, potentially helping us win the league, for instance, and that would also provide some extra profit for the cycle. So a balance between performance and profit, really. I've also placed bet on a few defenders here, and the reason for that is these 2 defenders might actually be good candidates for a good profit project, you could say. Decent defenders could also be employed in our next training phase for the 50%, potential 66% training slots on wingback, so you could potentially build a little more on those. I don't consider that proper profit training, but at least it could help build a little more value onto some good players. So for now, we are also looking for defenders. We are also looking for more than just these 3, and we still have 1 week left of playmaking to go. But another principle is to not be too urgent about the purchases, and spending an extra week to try to find the right player might be good as well. Another thing to consider is to set rules before you start bidding. For instance, Paulus here or Duarte, my idea is to just bid once and only once. Having that set before you get pulled into a bid war might be a good way to step away from a deal that's spiraling out of control. Now, Jürgen here is up to 3 bids. The deadline is later today, so I'm trying to do something else than being by the computer or by my phone by the time the deadline hits. Remember that a few extra bids here could easily undermine most of the profit that you are to make in a profit phase of your cycle. Perhaps it's better to be patient. And also, these are not core players. They will never be your core players. There's no reason to get emotionally attached trying to win a bid war that's spiraling out of control. Believe me, that can be very expensive. Play around with the transfer compare, try to see if you can find out what your training will mean for the player and how it will affect the future price. Don't just buy players blindly. Make sure you take a look at it, because you could end up having a player being just a year older in Hattrick terms with a bit better skills, but the actual value of this player is the exact same, so you're just keeping his value intact. Now let's move on to the senior training for this week. Not much to report this week other than one of the core players popping from world-class playmaking to supernatural playmaking. Francione here, looking quite good at 2073 HGMS after this pop. Yeah, we are certainly going somewhere with Francione as well. Now let's head over to the scouts and see if they have found the next golden boy in San Marino. Alright guys, let's see what you have for us. We have a 15-year-old, Alessandro Ferini. Overall 5, 6 defending. That's a clear pick. Fiorentino, you could be the next Inter Kalvehave star. 1574. I like the side of that, and the fact that this guy could go into the lineup alongside Benedetti. I very much like this prospect. Fiorentino, who are we removing from the lineup here? Let's see. Prati, move, and we'll save this as a standard lineup and send the orders. Okay, excellent. Here we go. Sunday evening, it was spot bashing time against Fiorentino RSM. We didn't quite get the big victory we wanted here. We had more expected goals in the simulator here, and if we simulate 100 times, it actually gave us 5.9 expected goals on average. Goals from Zanotti, Bedinguilo and Camalini secured a 3-0 win. Not quite the turnout from the spectators we had hoped in the Sun, but unfortunately that's how it goes when you lose some of the important matches. Yellow cards for both Drastuli and Volukis, and that's a little annoying. They are powerful normal forwards, and they are a bit more prone to those warnings, simply because the PNF event, if failed, may actually result in a yellow card. In the league, that means that we are now 4th, 3 points after 2 games. Next week we will be playing the Unknowns, and they have yet to win a league match this season. Hopefully it will not be against us. They do have a very strong defense, so we'll have to find some way to get through and see if we can take another 3 points in this one. On Sunday evening, we also made the draw for the giveaway regarding the Hattrick cap and a mug in the merchandise store. And this is how it went live on stream Sunday evening. Now I've prepared for the guesses in the giveaway for the Hattrick cap and one of the mugs available in the store. We've had 9 correct guesses. Each of these has been awarded with a number 1 through 9. This is the random number. Doing the draw now for the Hattrick cap, trying to find a number between 1 and 9, and here I am refreshing. I'll just do it like this and we'll have a look, see who wins. That's number 8. Ritsuve Veritsu is the winner of the Hattrick cap. I'll just move this, change that to number 8, and now I'll do the giveaway for one of the mugs. The winner can select as they please from the available Hattrick mugs in the Hattrick merchandise store. So let's have a look, see. 1 through 8, and the number is number 1. Salty Vegan wins a mug. So for the winners, please contact me in game and we will find out the details on how you guys can get your prizes sent directly to your place. There's a few new arrivals in the club: Sergio Lucas, Stewie Benton and Kamula Tovar. They are all profit players, Sergio Lucas being a promising forward here, magnificent scoring, passing poor. He should be able to reach solid or excellent during our passing stint. Same goes for Stewie Benton, should be able to reach solid, perhaps excellent. He's magnificent defending. And Carmelo Tovar, magnificent defending and inadequate passing, so perhaps he can go a little higher than the 2 others. Hopefully it'll be possible to make some profit training these guys. We're still looking for a few more, but at the moment we are up to 11 players being trained totally. We can train a maximum of 16 players each week while training passing. We might end up sacrificing a single training spot in order to have a little more tactical flexibility during the passing training, but it also depends what kind of deals are available to us while we scout, so I'll be keeping my eyes open for good deals for sure. That's all for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If that's the case, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week in Hattrick. Take care. Bye.